Hi there, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer. This is serious social media help for the independent author. The independent author is defined as a writer who does not yet have an agent. I've been doing daily prompts for NaNoWriMo. And one thing about the daily prompts is they're kind of in an interesting order. So if you take them out of order, or you double up on some of them, or you skip a few, or you go out of order, or even look at them after NaNoWriMo has concluded, you're certainly not going to hurt my feelings, because otherwise it's not going to make for a very coherent story. So anyway, today's prompt is the word trouble. Now, first the question is, what does it really mean? What do we mean when we say that something or someone is trouble? Now, have you ever heard the expression, look out, here comes trouble? And maybe somebody even said that about you. Is it about havoc that's being wrought? Is it about changes that are being made? And that's really kind of the question here. Is trouble kind of a relative condition, or is it something else? Now, I'm not talking about evil per se. I'm not talking about people who are truly nasty or truly horrible. This isn't genocide. It's nothing like that. It's more like alterations are occurring. It's kind of the somebody moved your cheese. If I join a group and I'm the first woman, or I'm older than the people who are in the group, or in any other manner I upset the status quo, and that could even be that I actually joined, maybe nobody knew was joined in a long time, is my being there simply trouble, quote unquote trouble? And so is it a relative condition? Is this something where we're objectively measuring it? Or is it perhaps where there's a comparison to the older things, to a status quo, and people see something as being, sort of what we would call trouble, but the truth is it's really just that they don't want to upset the apple cart. They don't want to change things. So how can we look at it a little bit differently? What does it mean when a person is trouble? One of the connotations can mean simply that they're high maintenance. It's somebody who wants their double half calf skim latte, or whatever the heck they're called. There's a very good scene in When Harry Met Sally, where Meg Ryan gives a very, very long order in a diner, and she's got every single specification in detail down to the letter, and of course she's got them all memorized because this is how she lives her life. Now, granted, she's certainly entitled to get what she wants. She's a paying customer. But at the same time, it seems like it's too much. And of course it is a comedy, so it's intended to be exaggerated. But this sort of high maintenance is, to a lot of people, it feels like trouble. It feels like it's too much. It's extra. It could also be somebody who's attempting to kind of buck the status quo and take life in a new direction. So if I chuck it all and I decide I'm gonna quit my job and go west and whatever, it's trouble in the sense that things are unknown and it's hard. I'm absolutely, I'm getting off my duff and I'm moving, and that can be very frightening. But it's not necessarily a truly negative situation. Now, there's also the old connotation of being pregnant out of wedlock, a girl in trouble kind of thing. And so there's the question of also, does that definition still hold? Because there's a lot less stigma than there was even 20 years ago. So what does trouble mean to you? Finally, once again, this is Janet Gershon-Siegel, and I'm the Lonely Writer, because an independent writer never has to be alone. Thank you so much for listening, and good luck with NaNoWriMo.